Question. What do Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, LaMelo Ball, Luka Doncic, Cade
I was going to say they're black. Okay, we got Luka. I mean, kind of black. Luka kind of black.
Cunningham, Tyrese Halliburton,
Facial hair.
Anthony Edwards.
Okay, he don't got no facial hair. Minority, no. Thugs? No, they're not thugs.
Karl Anthony Towns, Zion Williamson, and these 78 other players
Luka
have in common. I'll give you a second to think about it.
Zion.
There's a lot of guys here, different teams and situations. It's injuries. All 88 of these players are either out or day to day due to injuries. NBA players,
I think it said fell off.
just can't stay healthy. And no longer is it just the notoriously injury-prone players being sidelined. It seems like no one can avoid both small and severe injuries.
The shoes, the whack-ass shoes, huh? What do you think it is, Shaq? It's some fucking shoes.
And the weirdest part is that no one can figure out why.
I hate watching, hey, stop showing them. I hate watching this shit.
Today's video is brought to you by SeatGeek. With the NBA season quickly coming to a close, don't miss out on seeing your favorite. Just SeatGeek and fire away. 2002-2003 NBA season, Michael Jordan played in his last NBA game. And at 40 years old, Michael managed to play all 82 regular season games that year. Looking back, this seems like an extraordinary feat for an aging legend. But 20 years ago, it was fairly standard to play every single game. In fact, that same season, Kevin Garnett didn't miss a single game. Kobe Bryant didn't miss a game. Steve Nash didn't. Neither did Allen Iverson or Stephon Marbury. Even the 7'6" Yao Ming played all 82 games that season. Fast forward 20 years, and in a league where injuries and load management have ran rampant, there is only one all-star level player who hasn't missed a single game.
Let's talk about Julius Randle. Julius Randle is a definition of a player who has talent and works hard. That nigga is not a leader, bro. That nigga is not a leader, gang. Did y'all see what happened today, bro? That shit triggered me. I don't know why that shit triggered me, bro. L leadership, bro. I don't give a fuck. Y'all seen that shit today? Let me see if I can find it. Here's a tweet on there right now.
Randle has it, and Randle gets knocked and falls to the ground.
Right.
And as the first half comes to an end, Randle has to stop yelling at the officials. He's going to get a technical. His
teammates trying to stop him.
To keep him away.
Leon Wu is a former player, NBA player.
Cause they're like, yo, we need you, gang. We can't afford a fucking technical foul right now. Like, come on, don't get thrown out this bitch and don't get a fucking tech, bro. You know, free throw.
Technical foul.
Gets a fucking tech.
It's become non-stop recently. Randle getting a man quickly, but quickly's right.
Nigga said, let go of me. I said, let go of me, nigga. Gets it quickly fade. Like, come on, bro. Like, what the fuck, nigga? The nigga was right. If you would have listened to him, he would have got no fucking tech. What complaints that nigga gonna do, nigga? Usually, they're like LeBron, if he's coming into a ref and his whole teammate coming, he's like, he walk off of some shit, bro.
It's become non-stop recently. Randle getting a man quickly, but quickly's right.
Like, that's crazy. No, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Randle has
even after that, quickly slapped his butt. Like, come on, bro. Look, even after that, yo. Look at Josh. Look at Hart. Look at Hart.
Stop recently. Randle getting a man quickly, but quickly's right. Randle has to stop.
Nigga looking back at him like,
and an awful first half. Randle has.
Come on, bro. That shit. That's some, bro. That is not no leader, nigga. That is not no leader, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a. I don't even continue, bro.
All season. But this is just the tip of the injury-riddled iceberg, because this season there are only 12 players who haven't missed a single game. 20 years ago, there were 46 players who didn't miss a single game all season. What's going on here? Why can't NBA players stay on the court? With advancements in training, nutrition, recovery, the amount of money these players are spending.
How Ja come back and he gets a fucking yay as soon as you come
on their
back.
Bodies, the world-class facilities and staff to keep them in impeccable condition.
Chat, how awkward would you be if you had NBA training?
How are these players incapable
They're going
of
to
staying
hyperbolic
healthy?
time freezer
Well,
chamber.
we have some theories, but I'm not sure if anyone has an answer. There are currently 88 players throughout the NBA listed
My
as
Lord.
out or day-to-day due to injuries.
So fast.
That is 20% of the entire league sidelined because of injuries. Over the last week, videos have surfaced from around the league of multiple players getting injured in the middle of their pre-game warm-ups, which has only shined an even brighter light on this issue that has been getting worse and worse each season. NBA players just can't stay healthy, and no one knows why. Despite the vast research and studies that have been poured into uncovering exactly why NBA players just can't stay healthy, there doesn't seem to be any clear-cut answer. Some factors point—
Yo, how bad was Paul George's thing? Was it? Well, oh, what am my mommy texting me, chat? Oh, accident. I'm streaming. I meant to call Kyler. Sorry for waking you. Love you, mommy.
to the cumulative amount of wear and tear pro athletes today have gone through by the time they're in their mid-20s. Some studies have pointed towards the increase of dynamic in-game movements as the main culprit. But at most, these are just theories. Legendary NBA trainer Tim Grover, who worked with the likes
If I was in the NBA, I'd play all 82 games. I think so.
of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Dwayne Wade, attributes many injuries in the NBA today to simply not enough weightlifting. As players have shifted more and more towards sport-specific workouts and movements, their bodies have almost become unfamiliar with simple things like repetitive body weight impact.
Chat. Okay, let's be honest. I know we like to troll, chat, but if I was in an NBA game, I played for 25 minutes, 28 minutes. What would be my stat line? Don't troll. You can make a troll stat line after, but right now, what do you? I be thinking about that sometimes. What would be my stat line? 18-4-4? Nah, I wouldn't be 18-4-4. I'm realistic. I wouldn't be 18-4-4. Come on, these are the best players in the world. Seven, 1, and 2. 4, 2, 3. I'd say 9, 3, 1. I'd say 8 points. I'll say I could get about 2 loose rebounds. I'll get me about 6 assists, 5 assists, and 5 turnovers.
And quick changes in momentum.
Might get 6 turnovers
by lifting weights.
You gotta understand, defensively, these niggas is different. They're bigger, faster, stronger. Like you're just getting turnovers, gang. Like you're getting like come on. Come on. They're reading my passes. I'm thinking I'm over here doing unreadable pass. They seen it from the best players on the planet. The reflexes are a little bit faster. Like, let's be real.
You have so much more resources, less contact, and more injuries. It's mind-boggling to me. It's because everything is rubber band, everything is resistance, everything is cable. When you get hit, when you jump, when you land, there's no pulleys, there's no cables. Your body weight is the metal. You have to learn how to explode with it, and you also need to learn how to land with it and how to stop it. And that's what metal does. It teaches you to lift it, but it also teaches you to put it down. Accelerate and decelerate.
Grover also speculates that it's not what the players are doing today that leads them to injuries. It's what they've done in the past. In an article published by Sports Illustrated back in 2014, Grover explains, players aren't sustaining these injuries because of the games they're playing, they're getting these injuries because of the number of practices and games they've already played. Hundreds of games, thousands of hours since they were old enough to pick up a ball. Pee-wee, youth league, summer camps, travel teams, AAU, high school, college. A relentless schedule of games, practice, travel, and training, sometimes for multiple teams and leagues, with multiple trainers and programs. No time to play or train for other sports.
That makes sense. Yes, the training and everything has gotten way better over the years, so which means that equals better players, but that means more time on your muscles, on your bones, on your joints. Yes, the training has gotten better, but it's also wear and tear on your body, bro.
End result, the same muscles, ligaments, tendons, and joints are used over and over again in the same direction, the same angles, the same motions. What piece of machinery doesn't eventually give out from repeated use over many years? At some point, the body just says, enough. Now, this theory of players putting far too many miles on their body by the time they reach the pros seems to be one of the more popular and accepted theory on these injuries. Another solid explanation for the rise of injuries around the league says the answer can be found in how the game is played today in contrast to how it was played in the past. 3 decades ago, the game wasn't nearly as spaced out as it is today. A more compact court means less.
Bro, that looks so ugly to play in, bro. Like, holy fuck. How the like, bro,
wasn't nearly as spaced out as it
how as a point guard, how are you driving in this, bro?
It is today.
As a how the fuck?
A more compact court means less ground to cover, less cuts.
Wait, look at this shit, bro. In the NBA is you might gotta set it right here. NBA today is
less
movement
and less opportunity to get hurt. Instead of chasing shooters around for 48 minutes, offenses were usually played from the inside out. So defense was focused in the trenches around
That's why it was tough. That's why niggas was getting shit.
in the basket, where you might bang a knee or catch an elbow. Fast forward to today's game, and no player is exempt from playing cat and mouse for 4 quarters.
That looks so beautiful, bro.
Running around screens, making 90-degree cuts at full speed, attempting to cover 15 feet in a split second as you close out on a shooter, and then forcing your body to come to a stop on a dime in an effort to not crash into him. These movements are violent. Your joints and muscles and ligaments can only move and stop and start like this so many times before they shut down. Years ago, the NBA just wasn't played at this speed.
Bro, I feel like the best time, now everybody could shoot. Even the motherfucking 8 feet centers could shoot. I feel like the best era when it was like a mix of both, like the 2000, like, bro, like 2010, bro, like 2010, I feel like it was perfect. You had the dedicated shooters. You got the point guards, you know, could always shoot a jump shot that could shoot. The centers in the paint. You know, it's like a mix of both. Now, everybody's on the perimeter, bro.
And the off-ball movement and spacing wasn't.
You got this nigga right here. This nigga don't help. This nigga can shoot from the half throw for half court.
This complex. Hey. But what do the players think? I mean, they are the ones experiencing this influx in injuries after all. Well, just a couple weeks ago, Paul George touched on the subject in an interview with JJ Redick and stated that players are getting injured more now than before because they don't practice enough. Which sounds counterintuitive, but his reasoning makes sense.
Now, they're like, teams don't really practice. You know, we're not getting up and down. You know, there's just, it's a lost art when it comes to that hard practicing. And I think that's why there's so many injuries that's going on, because guys that have a high low day and then a completely off day and then a high low day. You know, back then it was.
You trying to say like in the games is fucking rigorous as fuck, and the practice comes is like, it's chill, run a low motion, you know what I'm saying? And then fucking high pressure fucking stakes on your joints game.
You practice hard, you got a game. You practice hard, you got a game. Then you might have a day off. Then you come right back to it. So I feel like your body just built the callus, and that you were prepared for a long and rough season, to where injuries like, you know, there wasn't that many injuries. There wasn't time to take a load off
Dame said
because
it too.
you felt good to play. You know what I mean? It's almost the reverse. They think by giving us time off, it's helped managing our bodies. But in honesty, I think it's just making us weaker as players without putting that load and strain to our bodies.
Get murdered in
And
NBA?
Paul George might be correct,
no shit.
but the increase of players who simply cannot stay on the court is a steady.
You know, bro, you know what? Go to De'Aaron Fox.
Paul George might be correct, but the increase.
This nigga right here, I went to this Clippers. Was it this game? I went to this Clippers. No, it wasn't this game. I went to the Clippers Kings game. You remember that day? Seeing this man. Obviously, he's not like I'm not saying he's a little nigga, but he's skinnier than most NBA players. Like when you look at him, he looks like the average, like, you know, the average hooper, like at the park. He's like 6 foot what? How tall is De'Aaron Fox? Like 6'2" or some shit, maybe 6'2". He's probably like 180 or some shit, and he's playing against grown ass 220 pound men. He's like our body size, like you know what I'm saying, the average black dude, like body, like black hooper body size, hooping against these niggas. I'm like, bro, that's cool, bro. Like that's fire, bro. That's fine. He going dropping 30 on these niggas,
players
bro.
who simply cannot stay on the court is a steady trend that's been going on for decades now. Back in 2000, Dr. Chad Starkey of
He's 6'4". On God, in person, he was like 6'2". I ain't gonna lie. He looked like
Eastern University conducted a study on the rate of injuries throughout the NBA, dating from 1989 to 1997. His study found that in that 10-year span, there was a 12.4% increase in game-related injuries around the league. And this problem is only
How the fuck Isaiah Thomas? How tall is Isaiah Thomas? 5'10"?
only getting worse
5'9"?
each season. Not too long ago,
That
if a
don't
player
even make
was
sense.
consistently missing 10 games or more in a season, they were considered injured.
Nate Robinson was a unit, though. Yo, Nate Robinson was a little nigga, but that nigga was a unit.
Injury prone. They were unreliable. Now playing 70 games or less in a season is considered the norm. In fact, if a high caliber player isn't missing double-digit games in a season, most people think he's going to be burned out before the playoffs even begin. Just look at this year's All-Stars and how many games they've missed so far this season. There are currently 18 All.
Yo, Zion, bro, I want the best for Zion, but holy shit, like I feel like I've barely seen this nigga play, bro.
Stars who have already missed double-digit games this season, which may not sound like much, but 20 years ago, out of the entire NBA All-Star roster, only 3 players missed double-digit games throughout the entire season. This is absurd. And right about now, some of you may be thinking,
This nigga's 40 years old. This nigga 40 years old missing 0 games is crazy.
well, a lot of those games were missed due to load management. But the whole purpose of load management is to reduce the risk of injury. So if not for load management, there's a good chance that these numbers could be even higher. But despite this, the NBA has moved mountains to try and preserve their players' health. The league has reduced the number of back-to-back games, they've trimmed down the travel times, they've adjusted multiple defensive rules to help protect their players from getting hurt, and they've practically turned a blind eye to load management taking place around the league. Combine all of this with advancements in shoe technology, training, and recovery, and one could only wonder how players in the past could possibly stay healthy when players
Niggas was out here lifting boulders and rocks and shit, and they was playing all games.
in today's NBA
I'm playing. It wasn't that long. This wasn't fucking 100 years ago, but you know what I'm saying?
seem to be breaking down more often than ever before. Well, I think it boils down to 2 relatively simple factors: mileage
They was doing
and the
coke.
evolution of the game. As many experts and fans have theorized,
Chef, if there was an
this
NBA
newer
player for sure
generation of
doing
NBA
coke, who would it
players have
be?
put such an extreme amount of wear and tear on their bodies at such a young age that it's only a matter of time before something gives. Most of these players have put in so many hours through youth leagues, AAU, private training, and college that by the time they're in the league, they have put the same mileage on their legs and ligaments as a player well into his NBA career in previous generations. I look at it almost like a shelf life, a clock. Every athlete has a shelf life for their athletic career. For some, it could be 30 years. For others, it could be 10. But once you start training and playing at a high level, the clock starts. Now, there's ways you can prolong this clock, like proper nutrition and training, but there's also ways to speed up this clock, like overuse and chronic injury. And eventually, when this clock times out, there's really nothing you can do to go back. From that point on, every move you make will be at the risk of injury. NBA players today not only started their clocks much sooner than players in the past, but they are also constantly speeding up their clock with nagging and sometimes even severe injuries. And as we stated before, the second and most overlooked aspect of this whole thing is the evolution of the game. At the NBA level, basketball is played so fast and so hard with so many violent cuts and redirections and weird, awkward movements that even the best athletes in the world can only take so much.
That was so nasty, dog.
All these jarring movements are gonna take a toll. The game has slowly evolved from straight lines and 94 feet of simple one-motion actions to very complex, side-to-side, straining, aching, injury-inducing.
Yo, I don't know how. Yo, I don't know. Yo, what's Jordan Poole 3-point percentage? Yo, the media I don't know. I think it's social media catfish motherfuckers thinking Poole is like an efficient shooter or some shit. That nigga that nigga be pissing me off, nigga. I swear, the average person who won't watch probably thinks he's like a fucking 38% 3-point shooter or some shit.
Very complex, side-to-side, straining, aching, injury-inducing movements.
Kyrie so him. That is the most skilled nigga in this bitch. I don't give a fuck.
And it's clear that no amount of load managing or training or improvements in technology can prevent it. I don't know what the solution is. And quite honestly, I don't think anyone does. These players are designed to play this game, but the game may not be designed for them anymore.
Wait me. I don't think anybody can break LeBron's record, bro. You'd have to come in the league at 18-1. They don't even do that anymore like that. And be great since 18. Dropping like 25 points per game, and then miss minimal time, and then play for 20 years. That's too hard of a feat, bro. That's too hard, bro. Luka said he's not going to play for long. He already said he's not planning on doing that. Luka would be able to, but he already said he's done after like... KD was the only one that was able to do it, but he missed too many games. I was looking at like on pace shit. KD was the only one, even coming into the NBA later than LeBron, he was able to do it. He was on pace at one point, and then he got injured. Impossible. He's not doing it. He can't do it. Nobody in the NBA right now is going to do it. I don't think nobody in the NBA that's in the NBA right now could do it, bro. Up on the game, I want to do try not to laugh first, bro. Let's do the try not to laugh. Bronny for sure will. Bronny got to come into the league averaging 25 points per game minimum. Gang. Chris Paul. Yo. Victor Oladipo. Oh, you talking about Victor that's coming in the league next year? D-Rose has a chance. D-Rose has a chance.
You know we gang, y'all. You know we war G. You know we gang, y'all. You know we war G. We not in the game. 003. We not in the game. 003.